Are you having trouble against legendary commander creatures? Do you need to answer them in some way? Normally, if you destroy or exile them, they have the way of cheating them back to the command zone, replaying them. It's like you didn't do anything at all. So we're going to look at all the cards that can answer them commanders, starting out with Imprisoned in the Moon. It's a blue 2 generic aura. Enchanted creature, land, or planeswalker. That's right, including creatures, which will be mostly your commander or your planeswalker commander. Enchanted permanent is colorless land with tap at a colorless and loses all its other types and abilities. So you basically lose everything. You can stare at your commander all you want on the battlefield, but it's not going anywhere. And you cannot, it's completely disabled. Actual commander removal. This is basically like a commander removal show. I'm sure everyone's gonna hate me for this. Alright, next up, we'll go with, well, Toads came early. So, Treachery. That is one way to answer somebody's commander, by just swiping it from them. So you'll steal it. We spend 5 mana, comes into play, untap up to 5 lands. You control enchanted creature. Oh, no wonder this is so popular. I mean, that plus it's on the reserve list. Yeah, you just swipe their creature. So if I take your creature, it's not going back to the command zone. And now this commander will do my bidding, not yours. Not anymore, anyhow. Oh, sorry about that, TJPH. Yeah, we started off with Imprisoned in the Moon. Does Oblivion Ring work? I don't think so. No, it won't work because it does exile it. It doesn't technically exile it underneath the Oblivion Ring, so the commander player gets the option to put it back into the command zone. There's non-commander players in chat? I actually can't believe it. All right, let's look at Niels, Kenrith's Transformation. This is a 2-mana aura enchant creature. When it enters the battlefield, you get to draw a card. Love it. Enchant creature loses all abilities and is a green elk creature with base power and toughness 3/3. Someone might say, did you see an Oko around here? Did you? Seems like a very Oko thing to do. Oh, is this Kenrith? Kenrith got transformed? Something that effect? I guess. Yeah, they'll remove the commander, all right. Okay, next up. Okay, TJ has another one. Dark Steel Mutation. This is a white 1 generic aura. Enchanted creature is an insect. Oh. Finally, I can use my cricket sound effect. It's an insect artifact creature with base power and toughness 0/1. As indestructible and loses all other abilities and types and creature types. Infinitely powerless. First super chat for today, we've got Rated Lex with Oubliette. What, for 1 turn? Phasing for the win. Oh, wait a minute. Is it? Oh, it's Oblivion Ring. Oh, this is the phasing out Oblivion Ring. Wow. I thought this was just like a pauper staple. This actually is like a commander staple. So it enters the battlefield. Target creature phases out until Oubliette leaves the battlefield. You see, you can return a commander to the command zone if it gets destroyed or it gets exiled or it's put in your library. It goes anywhere except phasing. Phasing is like some sort of cheat code in this case. I guess you could also like phase out the commander with regular cards and make your opponent skip their turn over and over again. That also might work. Enters the battlefield, the target creature phases out until Oubliette leaves play. Tap that creature as it phases in this way. And that's right. So even if you get rid of the Oubliette, if it was an attack commander, it won't be attacking for long. Not immediately, anyway. Okay, Rowan wants to get Song of the Dryads on here. Song of the Dryads. Them Dryads! What's up with the Dryads and making things lose their abilities? We have a green 2 generic aura. Enchant permanent. Enchanted permanent is a colorless forest land. You need some land? Do you need more lands? Are you mana screwed? Let me help you out here. The Song of the Dryads. Pithing Needle will count. So for the commanders that demand their activated abilities, Pithing Needle is everything here. 1 mana artifact. As it enters the battlefield, choose a card name. You could even choose the name. You could even choose the commander before they've even played it. They'll be just like, well, I guess I just won't even cast this from the command zone. Activated abilities of sources with the chosen name can't be activated unless they are mana abilities. And you guys know there are some commanders out there. The activated ability is everything. Like Azusa. I know Azusa is like a really crappy commander by today's standards. Anyone playing Azusa out there anymore? Anybody? Anybody? Am I the only one? What can I say? I love drawing cards. If damage is required, Maze of Ith. Thank you for giving me the explanation. If triggers upon dealing damage, Maze of Ith, untap target attacking creature. Prevent all combat damage that be dealt to and dealt by that creature this turn. Am I the only one here? I love these lands. I love when lands used to have abilities attached to them at the cost of not being able to tap for mana. This is so classic MTG. I wish that we would go back to this. This is design space we need to bring back. Although I have to admit that if you bring this design space back, you probably should also bring back Wasteland or something to that effect. Big Gapbug says, I made a custom Azusa for the next MTG custom stream. Sweet. So yeah, a Maze of Ith. Where's the original Maze of Ith? They got a lot of weird art. Actually, this art was pretty good. This is a banger art. You know what? I don't even have to see the old art. This one's a good one. Okay, we'll look at Bryce's. Does Freyalize wins count? Freyalize wins? The wind. You hear the wind. There's a lot of Freyalize cards. Okay, I found the winds though. It's a green 2 generic enchantment. Whenever a permanent becomes tapped, put a wind counter on it. If a permanent with a wind counter on it would untap during its controller's untap step, remove all wind counters from it instead. It sort of works, but like, not really. Like, it's like sort of working half the time. So like half the time their commander's going off, the other half of the time is just waiting to untap. Pretty weak interaction, in my opinion. 2 thumbs down. Alphaner with capsize. Okay, I mean, okay. Do you know what? Okay, hold on. I was about to be like, you know, what the hell is going on here? Capsize, you know what? That can work. So this also works. If you can infinitely bounce something, you will neutralize a commander. It's not just a bounce spell. It will happen perpetually if you have 6 mana. So if the commander desperately needs to actually deal combat damage to something, or even attack to trigger it, it will never be able to do that because capsize will continuously be bouncing it right back to hand. Interesting suggestion. Christopher B, commandeer for the non-creature ones. So for planeswalkers, Planeswalker commander is no longer your Planeswalker commander. It's my Planeswalker commander. So for 7 mana, or exiling 2 blue cards from your hand, it's not a price I'm willing to pay around here. Gain control of target non-creature spell. You may choose new targets for it. Your Teferi is now my Teferi. Nathan with the Curse of Fenric. It's like a lot of ways, you know, commanders aren't busted at all. There's a lot of ways of answering them. I don't even know what does this thing do though. 4 mana. It's a saga. For each player, destroy up to 1 target creature that player controls. For each creature destroyed this way, its controller gets a 3/3 mutant with Death Touch. Chapter 2, target non-token creature becomes a 6/6 legendary horror creature named Fenric and loses all abilities. There we go. I was like, why are we destroying creatures here? But we destroy something else, and then we turn their commander into a Fenric. But they get 1 turn to make the best use of their commander before this happens. Next up, Blackbird, Drana and Linvala. We're gonna use a commander to defeat commanders. Is that what you're trying to tell me here, Blackbird? 4 mana, 3/4 flying vigilance. Activated abilities of creatures your opponent's control cannot be activated. Oh my god! Drana and Linvala have all activated abilities of all creatures your opponent's control. You could spend mana as though it were mana of any color to activate those abilities. This card is absolutely busted. This is a very cheap commander. I don't know, this Orzhov just can't make use of this thing for some reason. This card is absolutely broken. I think it's broken. I mean, I guess you should not reveal this commander if your opponents have no activated abilities. Hold on, of all creatures. Well, I guess it's all creatures anyway, so who cares? Robert! What do you got for us, Robert? Rune Halo. True story. Severely underrated in Commander. gives you... We're gonna name something. Say my name, say my name. Ruined Halo, white, enchantment. As Ruined Halo enters the battlefield, choose a card name. You have protection from the chosen card name. Now, what's interesting about this is that you have protection from the chosen card name. Your opponents don't. So it will at least encourage... I don't know if this is a good thing, but it will encourage your opponent to attack with their commander against somebody else. So they'll go this direction, but they'll still get value, which might come back to bite you anyhow. But anyway, yeah, you will be protected. Oh, we did this one for Cade. Kenrith's transformation. Meddling Mage. I would have done it too if it wasn't for those meddling kids. White, blue, 2/2, human wizard. Enters the battlefield, choose a card name. Spells with the chosen name can't be cast. I wonder what I'm gonna name. Whose creatures in... So in this case, this is actually a weird card to call it because we're talking about cards that won't let legends escape to the command zone, but in this case, it won't let legends escape out of the command zone. So a little off title, but I'll definitely count these cards. Okay, PH trying to get a banned card on the list. Caracas, it permanently shuts down a commander. Well, it depends. I mean, if it's an ETB commander, you actually might help them. So, legendary land, tapped out of white. Tap, return target legendary creature to its owner's hand. Now I have a question for you, TJ. I have a question for you. Since this show is about MTG cards that won't let legends escape to the command zone, how do you even play this? It's banned! It's like, also, this show might ask, how do you even... MTG cards that the command... What is it? The RC community won't let get unbanned from the banned list. Okay, I said that really weird, but I think most people know what I'm talking about here. Matt with the deep freeze. Oh, what's an Arnold Schwarzenegger take I can have here? Damn it. No, I don't know my Mr. Freeze lines all of a sudden. Okay, we have a blue 2 generic aura. Chant creature has base power and toughness 0/4. Has defender, loses all abilities, and is a blue wall in addition to its other colors and types. Hold on. We need a Mr. Freeze best quotes. Yeah, what is... Oh, hold on. I found a good website. The 24 chillest Batman quotes from whatever. Freeze well! I shall repay them. Okay, hold on. In this universe, there's only one absolute. Everything freezes. There we go, that's the banger for today. Chill out. Okay, old boy, out of time. What killed the dinosaurs? Me? Did he actually say that? I don't remember. I only saw that movie once and never again. It was so bad. Even my like 13-year-old brain knew that, oh wow, this movie is awful. Really killed the Batman franchise for me. It probably did kill the Batman franchise for a lot of people. Alright, out of time, we have a white 1 generic enchantment. When out of time enters the battlefield, untap all creatures, then phase them out until out of time leaves the battlefield. Put a time counter on out of time for each creature phased out this way. It's got vanishing. That's one way to do it. Oh, interesting. Untap all creatures. So they have them untapped. Why can't we just remember that they were tapped? King Ginger says, Batman and Robin is a movie that is amazingly bad, which makes it good. You know, you might have a good point there, King Ginger. I should watch it again. There are some movies out there that are so bad that they become great. They become classics. Classics for the wrong reason. Okay, we've got Summon 2/4C with the Stasis Field. Blue 1 generic aura. I guess blue will have, like, all the good cards. It's like defeat commanders. Enchant creature. Enchant creature has base power and toughness 0/2. Has defender. And loses all other abilities. Cunning linguist. With... Itch theomorphosis? Itch theomorphosis. I guess that's how you pronounce the thing. Also a blue card. Also an aura. Enchant creature. Enchant creature loses all abilities. And a blue frog, blue fish with base power and toughness 0/1. Looks more like a frog than a fish, but you know, whatever. That sounds like a show idea. Magic cards that are classics for the wrong reasons. Oh god. You know, it is going to bring up a lot of bad, naughty suggestions. So I'm gonna take a pass on that. This is a family-friendly show around here. Trying to keep it family-friendly. We did oubliette, Eric. We did oubliette. I'll tell you what we didn't do. We didn't do David's cyber conversion. Blue instant. Turn target creature face down. It's a 2/2 Cyberman artifact creature. Now, if it's turned face down, does that mean they can't turn it face up? It's just a 2/2 Cyberman? I really don't know all the rules around, like, turning things face down. That's just such an alien rule, like, rules territory for me. Sometimes you can, like, turn it face up for its casting cost. Sometimes you can't. Like, I don't know the difference behind all this. Not unless it has morph. Or, no, there's other things that don't have morph. There's morph, but there's other, you know, face down mechanics that let you turn it face up. I would know. I know some of them. They can't turn it face up unless it manifests or has morph or disguise. Yeah, unless it has manifest or morph or disguise or this or that. Yeah, that's making things a lot. You know, I need like a reminder on cards like this that tells me you may not turn it face up. Like, thank you. Or maybe I guess I just have to pay attention to the cards that say you can turn it face up. Unless it doesn't have that rules text. You know what? Magic cards these days, they don't give me that reminder text that I so deserve. Or need, for that matter. Okay, Goff rewrites history. Put in the library, says Alpha Nerd. Does it? Okay, Commodore. Oh, Sarhan, no, you said Goff rewrites history. The actual card says Goff rewrites history. 3-mana instant. For each player, choose target non-enchantment, non-land permanent that player controls. Those permanents' owners shuffle them into their libraries. That doesn't work, right? Because if it goes into the library, it can go to the command zone. If the card goes to any zone, it will go to the command zone. It's got to stay on the battlefield. Each player who controlled one of those permanents exiles cards on the top of their library until they exile a non-land card, then puts the cards blah blah blah. Each player may cast the card. Yeah, it doesn't work. Yeah, they can choose not to shuffle them in. Alpha, I didn't know you didn't play Commander. Or you've been playing Commander wrong this entire time. One of the two. Yeah, okay, so we're gonna donate this one to Dems Lignify. I was about to say, what's Lignify? And then I assumed someone was gonna say, Lignify your nuts. What? Okay, it's a 2-mana Treefolk Aura, enchant creature. And enchant creature loses all abilities and is a Treefolk with base power and toughness 0/4. You're a wall now. Alien Rule, no pun intended. This is a card. Alien Rule. Okay, I don't get it. It's a joke that went over my head. The role reversal. Is it like an Uno reverse card, King Ginger? 3-mana sorcery. Exchange control of 2 target permanents that share a permanent type. Exchange control. Oh yeah, okay, we do a little switcheroo. I'll trade you this for that. Except I'm forcing the trade. You have no options around here. Hell, Alpha Nerd with cultural exchange because it is funny. Doing the swap card thing. It also has a very cute image. We have a 6-mana sorcery. Choose any number of creatures target player controls. Choose the same number of creatures another target player controls. Then those players exchange control of those creatures. That does work, doesn't it? I mean, like, what are the odds that someone's commander is going to have the same synergy with another player? Probably not. They probably can't use it so well. So you just swap their commanders and they're both sad face. Okay, next up, let's go with Ferginka's Tavesh Chat. I have a feeling you've mentioned this one every single time that you can. I just get that sense from you, Ferginka. Okay, we have a 5-mana Shat for loyalty, +2, create 2/0/1 black throw creature tokens. +1, you may sacrifice another creature or planeswalker. If you do, draw 2 cards. Then draw another card if the sacrifice permanent was a commander. And then -10, gain controllable commanders. Well, that's a little difficult, don't you think? Gain control of all commanders. Literally just the commanders. Put all commanders from the command zone onto the battlefield and onto the battlefield under your control. What is going on here? You're literally stealing them from the command zone. I've never heard of a card like that. I'm actually familiar with this card. I didn't know they steal everyone's commander from the command zone. That's just a bit weird. It's bullshit. Yeah, exactly. Teveshat is bullshit. That is a bullshit card. And I hate it when it's combines with Kolvold or whatever. One of these Kolvold cards. Combo's great because you sacrifice it for like 0 mana. It goes back to the command zone. You can keep paying for the damn thing. Absolutely hate that card. Tevesh did what? Hey, everyone got a shat, okay? Everyone shat. It's human nature. Re with Leadership Vacuum. This is a 3-mana instant. Target player returns each commander they control from the battlefield to the command zone. Draw a card. This literally puts it to... It literally makes you escape to the command zone. Disqualified. Hard disqualified. Islarf, Exchange of Words. Exchange of Words. This is a legal card. 3-mana enchantment. When Exchange of Words enters the battlefield, choose 2 target creatures. For as long as Exchange of Words remains on the battlefield, exchange the text boxes of those creatures. That's wild! This card is crazy. You don't even have to steal the creature, you just steal its best abilities. Alright, you can have a 5/5 creature on the battlefield. It does nothing. It'll do nothing that you want it to do. I'll exchange all the abilities from your... What is it called? Kenrith? I think it's Kenrith? Yeah, this thing. I'll take all those abilities and give it to my Birds of Paradise, if you don't mind. Or my Curse Catcher. You can have my Curse Catcher's abilities. It's useless. Fun fact, Exchange of Words has its own extra rule in the CR. What is the CR? Commander rules? I'm actually not familiar with what the CR is. I've never been there. The Arctic Pilot. Has Darksteel mutation been said yet? Nope. Oh, we did do our Darksteel mutation. Sorry about that. We'll go to Avatar Woe with the Mimic Vat. This is a weird card, isn't it? 3 mana, imprint. Whenever a non-token creature dies, you may exile that card. If you do, return each other card exiled with Mimic back to its owner's graveyard. This doesn't work. So, like, if you kill the commander, you may exile it. Or how does this work? Do I have the option to exile their card? No, but if I try, they can just put it back in the command zone. It just does nothing. So actually, this doesn't work either. For the record, Nevermore never doesn't let it play in the first place. Nevermore? Okay, you can redeem yourself with Nevermore. And I will count it. So long as you lock out the commander in some way. 3-mana enchantment. As Nevermore enters the battlefield, name a non-land card. The named card can't be cast. Lily's Life. How about I love this one. Legitimate business person. I try to make this work in actual Magic. Legitimate. Is it? Hold on. Legit. It's legitimate something. Am I spelling legitimate right? Legit. I'm just gonna look up legit. I got this far. Hold on. I gotta look up legit. No, hold on. It's not. So it's not legitimate. It's witness protect. Oh yeah, it's called a legitimate business. You know what? I've made the same mistake myself. Witness protection. Thank you very much, Ree, for saving us all here. I've made the exact same mistake. Do you know what's the problem? It says named legitimate business person at the bottom. So it's a blue aura enchant creature. It loses all abilities and is a green and white citizen creature token with base power and toughness 1/1 named legitimate business person. Becomes a capitalist. This is fine by me. It should make treasure tokens when it attacks. Okay, everyone coming to save the day. Thanks, Christopher B, Sanzi, Everyone came to save the day. Elixir! If you want to exile a commander for the rest of the game, play Mirror of Life Trapping. And blink it while their commander is in it? Will that actually work? Pay 4 mana artifact. Whenever a creature enters the battlefield, if it was cast, exile it, and then return all other permanent cards exiled with Mirror of the Life Trapping to the battlefield under its owner's control. Why would this work? Because, again, like, the thing with Commander is if it tries to get exiled, they just have the option of putting in the command zone. It's like, creature enters the battlefield. Oh, hold on. So, as far as I understand the rules, if it ever gets exiled, they have the choice to do something else with it. Works because they choose to keep their commander in exile under the mirror, but when blinked it. But why would they do that? Are you saying... Oh, hold on, are you saying the commander player would prefer to Mirror of Life Trapping themselves? So whenever a creature enters the battlefield, exile, then return all permanent cards exiled with Mirror of the Life Tracker to the battlefield. That's weird. I don't know why even a commander player would want to do that themselves. Same reason imprinting can exile your commander permanently. Yeah, but why would they let it get imprinted? Okay, I see. So someone might want to play Mirror of Life Trapping, and then you blink the Mirror of Life Trapping and it's gone forever. All right, so the interaction, it works. Will this actually happen in a real game? Probably not. I don't know why anyone would do that. It's so weird. Can only keep one creature exiled. Oh, you know what? You're right, actually. You're right. Okay, now I get it. So if someone has Mirror of Life Trapping on the battlefield, they have no way of getting their commander in play except to go through the Mirror of Life Trapping. So they play their creature, someone else's creature gets played, and then you need to try to you have to wait till another creature gets played, then you get your commander. But while the commander is stuck in traffic, you can blink the Mirror of Life Trapping, and it's trapped in traffic for forever. Gonna be roadblocked, gridlocked for days. There's an accident like 6 hours ahead in construction. Okay, actually, this is a really cool interaction. I like it. Yeah, I was confused too. So the deal is, like, whenever a creature enters the battlefield, if it was cast, you have to exile it. If someone wants their commander in play, they have to get through this. Like, they don't have an option. I mean, otherwise you just leave it in the command zone for the rest of the game. So they have to play their commander, they have to get it exiled by this thing, and then that's when you blink the Mirror of Life Trapping and it's just gone. Goodbye. Life choices. The commander players are gonna sweat while their commander is in lockdown. Ooh, I just learned about this card like a month ago. Eaten by Piranhas. By Matt. Eaten by Piranhas, Flash, Enchant Creature. Enchant Creature loses all abilities, and there's a black skeleton with base power and toughness 1/1. Dylan, have we done animating out of time? Out of time. Who's out of time? Oh, we did this one. Yeah, we did animate out of time. So we'll go to Cunning Linguist with the... we did Lignify. Actually, I shouldn't do that. The sound effect shouldn't be... We're gonna have to donate that one. Sorry about that, Cunning Linguist. We got Oleg. Null Chamber. Null Chamber. Is Polymorph gonna work? I don't think Polymorph works because you either like the card just goes back to the command zone. It doesn't exchange the creature or anything like that. Okay, Null Chamber. 4 mana enchant world. It is literally a world enchantment. You and target opponent each name any card except a basic land. Those cards cannot be played. You and target opponent each name. I guess both our commanders are going down at the same time. I name your commander, you name my commander. It's fair game. Bacon Catbug, true polymorph works. Does it? The truest of polymorphs. 6 mana instant. Target artifact or creature becomes a copy of another target artifact or creature. Oh, sweet! That definitely is, yeah, you're right. That one does work. Right. Maybe a little too convincing. Look at my magic trick. We did this one, Sanzi. Oubliette. You got. Fortunately, a lot of the obvious ones have been taken already. Okay, Robert. Thank you very much for your super chat. I have a nice super chat sound effect for you. The Carter. The Doom Scourge in a Reanimator deck. 4 mana, 4/3, enters the battlefield until your next turn. Creatures your opponents control attack each combat if able, and attack a player other than you if able. Whenever an attacking creature dies, each opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. I don't get it. How does this... It prevents a Reanimator deck? I really don't get this card. When it enters the battlefield until your next turn, creatures your opponents control attack each combat if able. This doesn't have... What does this have to do with preventing commanders from doing their thing? Whenever an attacking creature dies, each opponent loses 1 life, you gain 1 life. I gotta disqualify this. Like, I really actually don't know how it's on topic. Creatures count? Absolutely creatures count down. We have Marique Barrett? Okay, it's a 3 mana 1/1. Doesn't untap during your untap step. You gain control of target creature as long as you control Marique Barrett. And when it leaves player becomes untapped, it destroys the creature. So you got to make sure that it remains tapped. Keep it tapped down for forever. I have a simple answer. Says Korean name I can't pronounce because I can't read it. Just play Oko, Thief of Crowns. A simple and elegant answer. Still works even today. The 3 mana 4 loyalty planeswalker can make food, bring bacon for everyone, but it has a more important ability. +1 target artifact or creature loses all abilities and becomes a 3/3 elf creature token. Sorry, elk creature with base power and toughness 3/3. Not a token. Just an elk. Elk it up. And you know what also we're gonna do up? We're gonna thank our sponsor today, FusionGamingOnline.com. The Fusion Open coming in April 27th to 28th. 27th is Modern, 28th is Pioneer. I'm going to be playing both of them. See you all there if you're in Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada. Don't forget, Outlaws of Thunder Junction. Them spoils are coming out like they're shooting in the Wild West. And get your cards being shot out of the Wild West at FusionGamingOnline.com. And when you pre-order your cards, don't forget to use coupon code Nikachu at checkout to get 5% off all your purchases. We're also going to thank Mana Traders, the premier place for renting Magic cards online. You ever want to play Pauper, but you don't want to invest in a $50 deck? Well, now you don't have to spend $50 at all. You have the entire collection of Pauper at your disposal when you're renting the cards with Mana Traders. You can support the channel using my Mana Traders link in the description below, or save 10% off your first 2 months using coupon code Nikachu_FL0 for 10% off when you play on Magic Online. Arguably a superior client to MTG Arena. Okay, next super chat let's get from Alpha Nerd. Animato. The Fate Shifter. The last ability is Animato. I'm spelling this right. Okay, I'm just gonna look up the Fate Shifter. Aminato, not Animato. Aminato. Okay, we got the Baby Planeswalker for 3 mana, 3 loyalty. Last ability, -6, choose left or right. Each player gains control of all non-land permanents other than Aminato, the Fate Shifter, controlled by the next player in the chosen direction. Ooh, that's crazy. And then Aminato the Fate Shifter can be your commander. And for the low cost of waiting 4 turns to make this happen, you too can screw up the board state. Thank you very much, everybody. Next up, we have... we did Drana and Lidvala already. Okay, Darkest Angel, Stasis Field. We have a blue 1 generic Aura, Enchant Creature. Oh no, we did this one. Are we running out of cards already? I hope not. I hope we're not running out of cards. Emperor says, remember, Oko may make it an elk, but it still does commander damage. Really? That's interesting to know. The 3/3 elk still does commander's damage. Zeus! Vraska's Betrayal Sting plus Null Rod. You can turn everything into an artifact or something. Somehow I got the 4 in Vraska. Okay, hold on. Target creature becomes a treasure artifact with tap. Sack this artifact, add 1 mana of any color, and lose all other types and abilities. Oh, that's interesting. So the whole idea is play Null Rod, then play Vraska, and then suddenly the commander will do nothing. Oh wow, it took forever. Okay, Stanel with pacifism. Simple but effective. Now this is specifically is only going to work on creatures that don't give you ETBs, do not have activated abilities, but enchanted creature can't attack or block. It's taken off all of their clothes. They can't attack or block? What, not even in their underwear? Come on, it's gotta be worth at least 1 power. It should be can only attack for 1, if they attack at all. Okay, we got the Celtic Guardian. We have a Yu-Gi-Oh player here. I remember that's one of Yugi's favorite cards. The Celtic Guardian. Campfire. Let's look up Campfire. Or Lost to Legends. Okay, Campfire. This is not that old of a card. It's like a sort of a new card. Okay, anyway, 1 mana, pay 1, tap, you gain 2 life. Pay 2, tap, exile Campfire. Put all commanders you own from the command zone and from your graveyard into your hand. Put all commanders you own. Then shuffle your graveyard and library. This doesn't interact with the opponent's commanders, so I do have to disqualify this. What is Campfire? We all learned it now. Okay, Flump with Blatant Thievery. Steal their commander and steal everyone's commander. For 7 mana, we have a sorcery. For each opponent, gain control of target permanent that player controls. I'll take your commander. I'll take your commander. I'll take everyone's commander. Okay, Algot, Phoebe, head of Sneak. Sorry, Phoebe. If I understand correctly, this is pronounced Phoebe. Come on, Phoebe. It's not a real card. But you super chatted. Okay, 3 mana, 2/3 human spy. When Phoebe, head of Sneak, can't be blocked by creatures with flavor text. There's gonna be a lot of creatures. 4 mana. Phoebe permanently steals target creature's text box. That checks out. I don't know. I think Mind Control. People are like, oh yeah, you can steal creatures. Mind Control. You steal their creature. You control enchanted creature. Wait, what is Ixalan's Binding? Ixalan's Binding. I thought that's like an exile card. 4 mana, enchantment. Enters the battlefield, exile target non-land permanent opponent controls until Ixalan Binding leaves the battlefield, and your opponents can't cast spells with the same name as the exiled card. Oh! This is literally exile for commanders. So they could opt to put their commander in the command zone, but like it doesn't matter. Does it work? So hold on, is it still considered like exiled? I'm assuming it does. Otherwise, I don't know why they would even make this card. This looks like such a made for commander card, but maybe it doesn't work to prohibit. The card has to be in exile for it to count. Doesn't work? All right. I trust the hive mind here. I don't know enough about the commander rule to say one way or another. Disqualified. It looks like it would work though. You know how opponent? Okay, hold on. Whoa, wait, everyone. I got it. Let's say someone else at the table is playing a legendary in their 99. I exile that legendary with the in their 99 with Ixalan's Binding. Now everyone else, including the person who's playing that particular legend as their commander, can't play it. So it barely works. It barely works. It under very specific niche conditions, it will work. Oh, it worked with the under the old commander rules, rules that change cards completely. Yes, that niche case would work, of course. Don't worry. Okay, I saved you. I saved you, Markzilla. And some very bizarre situation this can work. Damn, for the Merfolk fans, Empress Galena. Of course. 5 mana, 1/3, blue, tap, gain control of target legend or legendary permanent. I just like, okay, what's your commander? Empress Galena. And then everyone else is just like, hey, don't be hating. You don't know me. You don't know me. You don't know what I'm going to use this card for. Okay, Cunning Linguist. Corrupted Conscience. The Corrupted. This is like just a blue card show. There's got to be ways of dealing with commanders in like red and black and stuff. Okay, so we have a 5 mana aura. You control enchanted creature, and enchanted creature has infect. Wow. Talk about rubbing salt in the wound. You literally are swiping their command. So you're stealing their commander, which is pissing them off enough. And then you're going to give it infect. Which enough people hate. I don't know, is there anyone that likes infect? I'm impartial, like, but I haven't lost to infect in commander before. We've got reprobation. Whatever that is. Reprobation. It's a 2 mana enchant creature. Enchant creature loses all abilities and is a coward. Ah, you foolish coward. With base power and toughness 0/1. Wow, they have like a lot of cards like this around here. Then we have Emperor with this gigantic super chat. Debt of Loyalty. Hilarious when you save another commander from a wrath. Necromantic Selection works because it's all one spell, thus state-based actions don't happen before you get the commander. So 3 mana instant, regenerate target creature, gain control of that creature. Ah. Debt of Loyalty? I think when you play Debt of Loyalty, someone is already going to be like really suspicious about what you're about to do next. You want to regenerate my creature? And actually also the other players at the table were like, oh no. They're going to wrap the board, aren't they? They're wrathing the board to death. Next up. I think we did Song of Dryads, Lord Magicus. You didn't get a card yet? Ixodron. Also, I feel like we did this card. Or maybe I've been ignoring. No, I don't think we did Ixodron. Somehow I think you got a card already, Abzabu. I'm going to believe you. 5 mana for an illusion. As Ixodron enters the battlefield, turn all other non-token creatures face down. Oh, this got played against me the other weekend. Power and toughness are each equal to the number of face-down creatures on the battlefield. That'll work out. Next super chat coming from Varg. Donation for Rando Chat. You got it, Varg. We'll give it to, heard you like face-down cards. No, well, I don't mind face-down cards. I just don't like how I don't understand the rules. It's like, okay, when can I turn them face up? Okay, I guess the deal is, because the problem is they don't give you reminder text all the time. So it's like, you cloak the thing. Well, what the hell does that mean? You know? What does that mean? We did that one too. We didn't do Vidalcan Shackles though. I love this card. Too bad it's like hard to play. Vidalcan Shackles. It's Vidalcan Shackles? It's Falcon. I don't know how to spell this card. Vidalcan Shackles, 3 mana. You may choose not to untap Shackles during your untap step. Pay 2, tap, gain control of target creature with power less than or equal to the number of islands you control for as long as Vidalcan Shackles remains tapped. I like you get to steal their creatures over and over and over again. Oh, we did this donation. John with Let's Be Funny with Infernal Denizen. I don't know what that means, but we'll find out soon. All right, we got a black card on the list. It's an 8 mana 5/7. I'm just gonna read the. I'm not gonna read the ancient scripture here, just in case it doesn't make sense by today's standards. At the beginning of your upkeep, sacrifice 2 swamps. If you can't, tap Infernal Denizen, and an opponent may gain control of a creature you control of their choice for as long as Infernal Denizen remains on the battlefield. But it can gain control of target creature for as long as Infernal Denizen remains on the battlefield. Bizarre card. It's a creature steal card in black. This looks like somebody is on the toilet and they're having a miserable time. They've been there for 30 minutes. They ate like too much spicy food from Taco Bell or your choice of spicy food establishment, etc. Okay, we have Arctic Pilot with Willbreaker. Oh, you had 2 cards in your super chat? Hold on. Okay, hold on. We're going back. I thought you were just mentioning a random combo card. Otherwise, you should have them separated. Okay, I'll even give you a second super chat sound effect. Necromantic Selection. It is another black card. We have a 7-mana sorcery. Destroy all creatures. Then return a creature card put into a graveyard this way to the battlefield under your control. It's a black zombie in addition to its other colors and types. Exile Necromantic Selection. I don't get it. Does this work? I thought like, okay, so like, do you have to wait for the card to fully resolve before someone gets the option to put in the command zone? Or like, do you get the creature before they get the option because the card hasn't completely resolved? So like at the moment, after it completely resolves, you have the creature in play. So we have like, no, it doesn't work. Yes, it does work. Well, you would say so. You donated the thing. Okay, Necromantic Selection doesn't overwrite any of the creature's colors. Rather, it adds. If a creature is normally, it doesn't. I have no answer here. Yes, you have to let the spell resolve. The command zone redirection effect is now a state-based action. Oh, so you wait for the card to completely resolve. Okay, gotcha. Okay, so it works. It actually works. Or I guess in the past it didn't. State-based actions don't happen until after the spell fully resolves. Yes, that's how it works around here. Okay, let's take a look at... Okay, nuclear take. Humility! I think Humility by itself works. Alright, that one works. Lord Magicus. 4 mana. All creatures lose all abilities and have base power and toughness 1/1. My brother at a thrift shop found a Humility in a pile of Magic the Gathering cards. The rest of the cards were garbage. But there was a Humility. A super HP condition. I don't know if he still has it. I think he sold it for like $5 or something. Or like $15. Like, it was so bad. It definitely went through the dryer a few times. Bryce, Draneth, Magistrates. Oh my goodness. I need like a Darth Vader sound effect for this. Draneth Magistrate, white, 1 generic, 1/3 human wizard. Your opponents can't cast spells from anywhere other than their hands. Yeah, this is one of those cards. Can't. You're not necessarily letting them go back to the command zone. You're letting them not escape the command zone. It's never going to even get out of there. Who hasn't got a card yet? Okay, Christopher B. Tron. It's very hard to get Memnarch on here. Memnarch. Okay, I can't spell right now. This looks like a card fun to play. For me, 7 mana, 4/5 wizard. It's a legendary creature. And for 3 mana, target perm becomes an artifact in addition to its other types. Also for 4, gain control of target artifact. So turn 1, turn things into artifact. Turn 2, swipe it to my direction. Ooh, I don't think we did Declaration of Naught. Declaration of Naught. 2 mana, enchantment. When it comes into play, name a card. And then if you want to play that card for 1 blue, I counter it. Also, I could blink this thing. Blink Declaration of Naught to use different names. Name something else. Alpha Nerd. We've got Planar Disruption. And add Alexi's Cloak. This is a 2 mana enchant artifact creature or planeswalker. It can attack or block, and its activated abilities cannot be activated. I don't know what that second card is, but this card does fine right by itself. Joel says, my buddy has a Memnarch deck. Everyone hates it. Everybody. Oops, that's not Memnarch. That's Memnarch. Sorry, Memnarch, you're not making friends around here. That's why there's no one else in your frame. You're completely by yourself. That actually makes a lot of sense. It has to steal friends. Basically has to swipe them, brainwash them to get on his get on Memnarch's side. By the way, I always thought this was Memnarch's head, but the head is actually down here. This is the head. This is like Memnarch's brain. This is a big brain card. It's making big brain plays. Yeah, lore-wise, that's accurate. And got T-Rex arms. Yeah, T-Rex arms, spider legs, everything. Oh, Joel, you're up to no good here with the Scramble verse. Up to no good. 8 mana, sorcery for each non-land permanent. Choose a player at random. Then each player gains control of each permanent for each permanent. Then each player gains control of each permanent for which they were chosen, and untap those permanents. For each non-land permanent, choose a player at random. But they might get it back, right? They might. So it's like, it might work, it might not. It's just being silly. Cunning Linguist with Ether Snatch. Is this like a Swiperoonie card? 6 mana, instant. Gain control of target spell. Oh, even while it's on the stack, you may choose new targets for it. Didn't even enter the battlefield under your control. Enters the battlefield under my control. Fits the lore. He's nuts from millennia of solitude and obsession. What else do we have? 25% of the time, works all the time. I like those odds. Okay, what else do we have here? That says martial law kinda works. Yeah, I love all these cards that kinda work today. Yeah, we did Darksteel Mutation. Also, a very cute avatar, Daniel. Love your avatar. The brain of Memnarch is the Mirari? Is it? Did he implant the Mirari in his brain? Okay, we have a 4-mana enchantment. At the beginning of your upkeep, detain target creature an opponent controls. Alright, that works. So, and you can do that every single upkeep. Until your next turn, that creature can't attack, block, and its activated abilities can't be activated. Next super chat coming from Emperor. Ferris wheel. A legal attraction. Just roll good. So it's an attraction that isn't stupid, is what you're telling me? Is this... It is legal. What the hell happened here? Is this legal? Visit. Choose... So it's an artifact. But you can only play this if you have an attraction card, right? Choose target creature that hasn't been phased out with Ferris wheel. That creature phases out until you roll a 3 or less while rolling to visit your attractions. Okay, I'm just going to have to trust you on this one. It doesn't have an acorn, so it's legal. Yeah, but it needs to be enabled by something that's legal too, right? Turiot, Fractured Loyalty. Oh, we have a red card for once. 2 mana. Whenever enchanted creature becomes the target of a spell or ability, that spell or ability controller gains control of enchanted creature. Weird. Okay, I give you Fractured Loyalty. I bolt you. Now, for some reason, you're mine? You have more loyalty, whoever, like, hit you harder? I zap you. Now, you work for me. Okay, what else do we have here? Toads with Threads of Disloyalty. It is a blue, 1 generic enchantment. Because I already know what this card does. Enchant creature, can only enchant creatures with converted mana cost 2 or less. So doesn't hit a whole lot of commanders, in my opinion. Very, very few commanders, in fact. You control enchanted creature. Stanel, Active Treason. Does anyone play Active Treason? This is like such a bad card. But maybe it's good enough in Commander. You win off of it, then it was enough. Yeah, you wonder, like, No, this actually is a sad answer. So you gain control of the creature, untap it, and then it gains haste until end of turn, but then it just goes back. There was nothing permanent about this at all. Cetadel, we did to Empress Galena already. What is this? I saw a Dove Scope or something like that. Ulik with the Dovescape. Okay, we got Azorius, 3 generic enchantment. Whenever a player plays a non-creature spell, counter it. That player puts X 1/1 white and blue bird creature tokens with flying into play, where X is that spell's converted mana cost. Okay, so, I guess this permanently deals with the Planeswalker commanders. So, like, even if it gets played, it gets perpetually countered over and over and over again, and basically has no ability to come into play. We also did Caracas. You gotta dig deep at this point. See, the Jade is going with Sower of Temptation. I love Sower of Temptation. The thing that sucks about this card is it just dies. It's a 4-mana 2/2 flyer, enters the battlefield, gain control of target creature for as long as Sower of Temptation remains on the battlefield, which it will not for very long. Let me tell you, when you steal someone's creature, they feel very offended by it, and they will do everything in their power to blow up that Sower of Temptation. Giant Oyster. Yes or no? Well, we haven't done it. Okay, Giant Oyster. It's a blue, 2 generic. It's got its Pearl in there. We have a 0/3 Oyster. You may choose not to untap Giant Oyster during your untap step. Tap as long as Giant Oyster remains tapped. Target tapped creature doesn't untap during its controller's untap step, and at the beginning of each of your draw steps, put a -1/-1 counter on that creature. When Giant Oyster leaves play or becomes untapped, remove all -1/-1 counters from that creature. It works. It works! Enslave. It's probably another creature stealing card. Oh, in black. Enchant creature, you control enchanted creature. At the beginning of your upkeep, enchanted creature deals 1 damage to its owner. I'm surprised black doesn't have more of these types of effects. This seems like such a black thing to do. To, like, you know, like, possess someone. And that, like, you know, I understand blue uses mind control. You know, they use, like, I don't know, the, Professor X mind control power. But black also has its own sort of dark possession type control. They should have more control magic effects, in my opinion. Maybe it makes them too broken. They're destroying creatures, then they're stealing creatures. To what end is there, to this color? Is this a real card? Custody Battle? It's a real card. 2 mana, enchant creature has, at the beginning of your upkeep, target opponent gains control of this creature unless you sacrifice a land. Doesn't work very well. You have to sack people will sack their lands, that's for sure. Okay, Emperor says, for Stanel to make the AOT work, I have no idea what you're talking about. Combine it with Cloud Shift. Works for the same reason as above. State-based actions happen after full resolution of above. What is Stanel trying to do? Mark of the Oni? To make AOT. I have no idea what you guys are talking about. I need, like, way more, context. Oh, to make active treason work. Gotcha. Right, yeah. Okay, so you want to combine it with Cloud Shift. Okay, now I know. Active treason, you swipe the creature. Gotta give it back later. Exile target creature you control, then return that card to the battlefield under your control. Yeah, that works. Swipe it for eternity. Amazing Crack Monkey. Wall of Stolen Identity. Why is it a wall? I thought it would have a bunch of pictures of people's names on there. Okay, 4 mana for a 0/0 Shapeshifter wall. You may have Wall of Stolen Identity. Enter the battlefield as a copy of any creature on the battlefield, except it's a wall in addition to its other types, and has Defender. When you do, tap the copied creature, and it doesn't untap during its controller's untap step for as long as you have control of Wall of Stolen Identity. Well, that is so weird. The wall is stealing someone's identity? Does it have defender? It doesn't, right? I don't get this. I don't get the like, it works. It works for the show. I just don't get the flavor of it. Oh, Wall stole my identity. They're gonna, I don't know. Open up a, they're gonna like register a bunch of credit cards under my name. Markzilla, the Trickster God's Heist. 4 mana. Chapter 1, you may exchange control of 2 target creatures. Chapter 2, you may exchange control of, well, anyway, the first one works. You may exchange control of 2 target non-basic, non-creature permanents that share a card type. Also, Chapter 3, target player loses 3 life and you gain 3 life. Why were walls such a big thing in early Magic anyway? I don't know. The one thing that's supposed to be good in the game, creatures, were rendered useless by everything, including walls. Celtic Guardian. Not sure that this card... Okay, we're going to redeem ourselves, Celtic Guardian. The Child of Alara. Okay, this is a 5-mana 6/6 trampling creature. When Child of Alara dies, destroy all non-land perms. They can't be regenerated. Doesn't work either. So the thing is with commanders, if they are moved from the battlefield to any other zone, library, graveyard, exile, they have the choice to put them back in the command zone. So today's show is how to like lock out commanders, lock out legendary commanders by any means possible, even if they were in the command zone in the first place. All right, let's get at least one more here. I think we did Blue Sun's Twilight. Let's do Teferi's Realm. Teferi knows something about time. 3 mana, Enchant World. At the beginning of each player's upkeep, that player chooses artifact, creature, lands, or global enchantments. All cards of that type phase out. At the beginning of each player's upkeep, that player chooses artifact, creatures. That doesn't work. They'll just never choose at the beginning of each player's upkeep, that player chooses, wait, what's going to phase out? They'll just never choose their commander. Oh, I like this one. Permeating Mass. I don't know how you're going to pull this. A little, I have no idea how you're going to con them into, like, blocking this thing. But, yeah, it would work. 1 green, 1/3 spirit. When it deals combat damage to a creature, that creature becomes a copy of Permeating Mass. You can choose to phase out all creatures. It'll just phase back in on that turn. Yeah, well, wasn't very good removal in my opinion. That's like active treason like removal. Cunning Linguist, bringer of the Red Dawn for Platonic Liquid. For Platonic Liquid listening on the replay. See, everyone's still thinking about you, Platonic Liquid. Okay, we have the 7 mana bringer. It's a 5/5 trampler. You can also pay Wooburg instead of paying the 9 mana. At the beginning of your upkeep, you may untap target creature and gain control of it until end of turn. That creature gains haste until end of turn, and then you gotta blink it as it was said before. To be specific, Nikachu, Library in Hand is still a replacement effect. Exile and Graveyard is a state-based action. This was done to make Chaos Warp not permanently remove commanders. Are you talking about... Library and Hand is still a replacement effect? Oh, so if it goes to Hand or Library, it goes directly to the command zone, but you have to wait for Exile and Graveyard as state-based actions. Good to know, but still, if you destroy the creature, it's gone to the command zone. Okay, that's it. That's it for today's show. I hope you now know how to ruin everyone's commander. I don't know if that was a good thing or a bad thing, but if you want to be part of the show, you got to be here 11 o'clock a.m. Central Standard Time. By the way, I don't know about this yet, but I am leaning to making this an evening show because I would prefer my mornings a little bit more these days, but I don't know yet. I'm thinking about it. So just be fair warning, this morning show might turn into an evening show. Let me know how much support there is for an evening show. I know as much, if not more, people show up for the evening anyway. Okay, we gotta thank everyone who supports the channel. If you're a patron on Patreon, a member on YouTube, or you super chat to be part of the show, or you super chat so other people can be part of the show. And thank you everyone for being part of this show this morning, taking care of your lunch break. People like Hyena, Old Boy, Amazing Crack Monkey, Markzilla, Daniel, David. We got Toads, Tommy Siddons, Markzilla, Turiot, Mario, Mr. Deadhead, Satabel, Dem, Varg, David, Darkest Angel, Toads. Am I missing anyone? Cunning Linguist, Celtic Guardian, Ferginka, because you guys are the show. So as usual, my coffee crew, keep brewing up them coffees, and we will keep brewing up the magic. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you at the next cup.